Two men journey to the bars and restaurants of Scandinavia to find amazing beers, always with the same question.
Hey, what's on tap?
It's time to find out.
What's on Tap Podcast Advent Calendar, Day 12. We're halfway to Christmas. We are halfway to Christmas. And so far, have you felt inspired, blessed, thankful for your Advent Calendar?
Mostly thankful.
What we brought, it has been a cornucopia of beers, of styles, of variety. I would say
a smorgasbord.
It has been a huge smorgasbord of beers, and
the best type of smorgasbord of Advent Calendar.
Yes, it is. And I would say that
we only picked the salmon.
Yeah, basically the warm smoked salmon.
Yes.
Yeah.
The warm smoked salmon and the pork rinds.
Oh yes. Oh, yeah, that's the best. But I would say there's been a lot more variety in what we've got than I thought we would have.
Yeah, same here.
There's been Vit beers, there's been non-alcoholic, there's been some Berliner Weiss and barley wines, and not just a huge amount of crazy ass high ABV beers.
Yeah.
So I think we've all done an excellent job on that.
Yes. I gotta say that I agree with you. We've done a really good job of diversifying what we brought. Because I was expecting also juicy IPAs and Imperial Stouts.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, yeah, by far.
And maybe a couple of sours.
I didn't expect that many IPAs because everyone's just it's got to be fresh. It's got to be did it come out last week? So that's just garbage.
Yeah. But I mean, we don't think like that.
No, we don't.
We're sophisticated.
We are sophisticated. We drink
and
beers.
We know that an IPA can take 4 weeks to mature.
We drink beer with our pinkies up. We know.
Yeah. I want to open this.
All right, let's open this. Let's open it. Open it. Let's go.
I have a present in my hand and I need to open it.
I know.
It's a black can.
It is a black can.
What is it? What is it? Bakunin? Oh, yeah. Bakunin 1703 DDH Imperial New England IPA. Ooh, last found ABL. It has all the names everywhere.
All right. So it's Bakunin and Lost and Found collaboration.
I know how to read Cyrillic, bitch.
Cyrillic.
Oh, you do? Yes.
And as you say Cyrillic in English, and how do we say it in Swedish?
Cyrillic.
All right, we say Cyrillic. And,
yeah.
But yeah, it's an 8.2 double dry hopped Imperial New England IPA.
Nice.
And
exciting stuff.
I was really because I got an order in from that I did online, and it had 3 New England IPAs, and I couldn't figure out which one to bring. So my daughter was like, "This one has the best packaging."
It's a very good packaging.
Yeah. So that's how we ended up with this can. Plus, I was really excited because I'm how many Russian double IPAs, dry hopped IPAs are we going to have in the calendar? And I haven't had anything from Bakunin before. But I've heard, not that I know of, but I've heard really good things about this. So I was very excited to give this a try.
So my favorite beer bar in the world is the Berlin Bar Protocol in East Berlin. Mm-hmm. It's run by a Russian guy, and he's friends with. He's very good friends with Zagovor, but he knows the Bakunin guys. Okay. So he constantly has their best stuff on tap. It's just the best.
Oh yeah.
His name is Vadim Kamkalov.
Oh, okay, of course.
He's the best person in the entire world. I don't think he listens to this podcast, but I wish he would.
Well, we could send it to him.
Yes.
And tell him. Listen to Day 12.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. You should. Because your beer's on there.
No, not his beer. It's bar. Protocol.
Oh, your beer bar. It's on there.
Yes.
But you should tell your friends at Bakun.
Yes.
That their beer is on the podcast.
Yes.
Yeah. With Day 12. And I would say there's been a lot of Russian breweries that have kind of made their way into Western Europe. Yep. So AF Brew has been doing a lot of stuff recently, and Bakunin, and then there's, I want to say 2 or 3 more that is slipping my mind, but you might think of something.
Can't think of them now.
Yeah,
it's Zagovor, it's Bakunin, it's
Zagovor.
AF Brew.
Yeah. So this was double dry hopped Imperial New England IPA. I thought this would be a lot of fun to try.
It's New England for sure. It's hazy and looks creamy.
It does look really good.
It smells creamy.
It does. All right. Well, cheers. Cheers, fellas. pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty fresh,
Yeah.
pretty hoppy. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say that's
Good aftertaste.
yeah. I think the problem with this is it is good.
But
I don't really have much more to say about it.
no.
It's like, yeah, it's a pretty good New England IPA. And if I was at a festival and tried this, I'd be like, that's pretty damn good.
I'm having difficulties putting into words the different fruits I'm tasting. It's tropical fruits for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. It's kind of hard to like say, oh, this has got pineapple, or this has got mango, or this is very passion fruity. It feels more like a kind of like a it's a little bit jumbled in like the hop combination.
Yeah.
It's not a bad beer at all.
No.
But it's kind of hard to pinpoint what kind of flavor they were looking for.
Yeah, I guess that's where it is. It's like, yeah, sure, it's good, but it doesn't push me one way or the other. It just kind of falls flat.
Yeah, because a lot of the like super good double IPAs and New England IPAs are very. It's very distinctly fruit forward. You can instantly tell that this is tons of mango, or this is tons of citrus fruit, or this is amazing pineapple flavor. But this is just like I kind of don't really see what kind of fruit they were going for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if there's like a distinct hop character, like this is Mosaic, or this is Columbus, or Citra, or something like that. But it just doesn't have any of that. It's like it's just pleasant all the way around. It's certainly not a bad beer, but
Yeah,
will I
it's
remember
a little bit messy in the hop combination.
Right. Well, like when I think about all the beers we've had, am I going to remember this beer? No.
Probably not.
No.
I think I'm liking it more than you guys, but I still can't put it into words.
I think that's my kind of feeling as well. It's like I said, I'm still going to give it high reviews. I think it's a very nice beer, but it's also
It's a little bit bland.
yeah.
And the can helps us nothing. It's like Spasiba Sovietski Respublika Svobodny.
Hopski Bierski.
That's racist, man.
What can I say?
Well, I mean, okay, yeah. So yeah, it's all Cyrillic. I thought maybe there was like sometimes you get like there's an English version and a
Nope.
Finnish version. Like no, this is pure Russian.
But new.
I
can take a picture of it and send to one of our Belarusian developers.
Well, I could send it to a friend of mine that's Russian, so she could probably translate it on the spot. But does not feel necessary.
I just checked out, and the reason why it says Lost and Found on the label is because it's a collaboration brew with.
That's what I said. It was collaboration with Lost and Found.
I didn't listen to you.
I know, obviously. You got the Matthias syndrome. It's like, I hear you talking, but I'm not really listening to you.
Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Your mouth moves and nothing comes out except white noise.
Yep. Exactly.
Internet says that it has Citra, Mosaic, Dorado and Galaxy.
I mean, that feels like a pretty fought over hop combination.
Yeah, it's good.
But I mean, it doesn't come through that much in the beer.
No. So Bakunin are from Saint Petersburg, and the name of the beer, 1703, that's the year of Saint Petersburg's founding.
Yeah.
1703.
So it's when the Russians took St. Petersburg from the Swedes. Yeah,
It would be, yeah.
Yeah, it would have had to have been, because that was the war that they fought.
Was St. Petersburg founded then?
Yeah. I think it was a town before.
Okay.
But yeah, it was a town before, but it became St. Petersburg in 1703 when Russia took, because the whole thing was Russia wanted to have a port on the Baltic Sea, and they didn't have one, and so they fought Sweden, who was kicking their ass for like the first 3/4 of that war. But then Russia just was like, we got more resources, we'll just wear you guys down, which they did, and that's why Sweden lost that port.
This happened several times. Russia.
No, this was the last time it happened.
No.
Yeah.
That's later.
No, because then after that you get into Catherine the Great, and you get into
And
Tsar Nicholas.
Sweden had a war with Catherine the Great.
Right,
and
but
then
not...
Sweden had a war with Peter the Great, where Sweden ends as an empire.
Right, but that was this time.
No, it's later. I promise you. The Battle of Poltava is after 1703.
When is that?
I would say 1750s.
Again, this is not the history podcast.
Are you sure it's not? It's not the history of the Russian Revolution?
No, it's not. It really feels like the history podcast.
I feel like it should be.
Right now it is.
I just think like what's so great about this year is
I'm just impressed that you know this much about European history.
Well, I'll tell you why. I've been listening to this podcast called Revolutions, and what it does is it goes into just revolutions within history. So I started picking it up just after the American Revolution, and I got into the French Revolution, which took about a year and a half worth of storytelling, and then it went into the Haitian slave revolt revolutions, which took place right about the same time as the end of the French revolutions, and then it went to the Mexican Revolution, and now we're into the Russian Revolution. And he spent the first 2 episodes just telling us the history of Marx and Bakunin, the other guy that was the founder of the
Engels.
Maybe Engels, Engels, So Marx and Engels, and then it goes into like the history of the Russian kingdom, and spends like 3 episodes just going into the history of Alexander the Great, then Catherine, then Peter, and Nicholas the First, and.
But I want to go on record saying I'm wrong.
Oh, high five!
I'm not. Oh, I don't want to give that high five. So in 1703, sure, Saint Petersburg is founded. 1709 is the Battle of Poltava, when the Swedish Empire crumbles. Right. That is Peter
because
the First.
Russia
That is Peter the First. So
right, it's all Peter the First.
Yeah, Catherine the Great is earlier.
Yes.
That's Gustav III who battles against her, and it's Charles XII who has to be Charles XII who is defeated at Poltava.
Right? Do you back that up?
I am not a history person at all.
What? You're not a Stormakts fan?
No, I really don't give a shit.
All right, so that was a fun rundown memory lane right there.
Yeah.
Now you guys are both from Skåne. Do we need to talk about the whole Danish occupation and the fact that Skåne has been owned by the Danish longer than the Swedes?
It's switched ownership so many times.
The patron saint of Malmö is one of Denmark's greatest kings.
I want to interrupt you for a second.
Canute the Great.
I just want to interrupt you for 1 second. No one gives a fuck. Talking about these beers anyway. Boo, I know. So getting back to the beer.
Yep.
Because what we're here for.
4.25.
Not obscure European history based on a singular region of Sweden.
This is all we want to talk about.
We'll save that for the next podcast.
This is now what the podcast is about for all eternity.
From on today, it's going to be a history podcast while drinking beer.
Yeah, beer history podcast.
So 4.25.
Wow, awesome. That's really good.
But it's super tasty. But now it's offending me with my Swedish Empire. 0.25.
All right, okay. Matthias?
I'm going to go a 3.75.
I am also going to go 3.75.
What? It's so good.
It is good, but again, I think there's so much room for improvement. I think the hops are so muddled and so bogged down in character that it doesn't give you anything. It's delicious, but at the same time, utterly forgettable. I
will forever remember the War of 1703.
That's how you know it lives on in your heart forever.
Yes.
Okay. Well, until day 13 when we present another revolution for you.
This podcast is part of the Pod Syndicate family. For more criminally compelling shows, articles, and conversations, head to wearepodsyndicate.com.